You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. On 2027, North moves to settle for one candidate, one political party. Ask Nigerians to punish elected officials endorsing Bola Tinubu's re-election. Northern political leaders under the aegis of National Political Consultative Group in the North have agreed to present one presidential candidate to tackle President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 election. This was as the leaders also agreed to unveil a political platform to that effect soon, urging Nigerians whose governors and other elected officials recently endorsed Tinubu for a second term to sanction those officials for taking decisions without consulting with them. The resolutions were reached at the end of a meeting of the group, which held Sunday evening in Abuja. Some of those who attended the meeting were former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami SCN, who delivered the keynote address. Also, goodwill messages were delivered by leaders from the South-South, Southeast, and Southwest geopolitical zones, represented by former Transportation Minister Mr. Rotimi Amici and the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi and the former Interior Minister Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola respectively. According to him, the second expanded meeting of the National Political Consultative Group North was attended by prominent political leaders drawn from all the 19 states and the Federal Capital Territory with the main focus of reviewing the challenges of insecurity in the North. He said the group was founded with the objective of uniting northern political leaders and forging a strong relationship and working as a united interest group as much as possible within a political party. Part of the resolutions reached were delegates acknowledged that insecurity had reached unprecedented level under the present administration, aggravating poverty, hunger, destitution, and near collapse of education at the primary and secondary levels. Delegates agreed that the three major drivers of any society are fear, emotions, and knowledge, and resolved that the North must not allow itself to be driven by fear nor emotions, but by knowledge. Delegates resolved that the North must proceed with a united front in political choice going forward to ensure the region gets its maximum return in national political participation. Urged that the political platform on which the interests of region will be pursued should be unveiled urgently, that the region and indeed the nation needs selfless leaders both in the management of political parties as well as public sector governance, decried the impunity of elected leaders who run away with the people's mandate by purporting to make decisions for their constituents without consultation, citing the recent development in which elected state governors and legislators are usurping the power of the people by endorsing other persons and themselves for re-election to political offices without reference to their constituents, advising that constituents should sanction such elected officials to serve as deterrent. Agreed on the need to escalate the group's initiative to all the 19 states and FCT, though the provision of the appropriation template through the resolve that the region must prioritize and promote industrialization and high productivity in all sectors in order to exit the present economic quagmire, that in working towards a united North, the issue of equity, fairness, and justice both within and between states must be addressed comprehensively, that going forward, the North must premise its support for candidates at elections on enforceable agreement for the purpose of ensuring and protecting the informed interests of the region, irrespective of where the candidates come from. The meeting finally resolved to set up committees to facilitate implementation of decisions and resolutions of the meeting. Of course, we can see that the political tone and tension is being increased day by day as we are moving towards the general election in 2027. What is surprising is that we are even yet to get to 2026, not to talk of 2027. All things being equal, there are so many political groups and settings and coalitions coming up now. One of them is this northern political leaders coming under the edges of National Political Consultative Group. Their major focus is for the North to come together and speak with one voice getting only one candidate, such that whether they like it or not, the candidate will be formidable enough to be presentable to Nigerians and also be able to stand head to head, shoulder to shoulder to President Tinubu. Their main aim is to make sure that President Tinubu is defeated in the 2027 election. And also, they are already spreading their tentacle all over the country, and they've decided that they have to have representation from all the geopolitical zones in the country. And we can see that there are so many goodwill messages that were delivered by leaders from South, Southeast, and Southwest geopolitical zones of the country. And many of them are represented by the former Transportation Minister, Mr. Rotimi Amici, and also the 2023 Labour Party LP presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, and a former Interior Minister, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, respectively. These are men that are representing each of the three geopolitical zones that I mentioned earlier. That is the South, the Southeast, and the Southwest, respectively. Of course, Malami, who happens to be the former Attorney General of the Federation in the last administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, is the keynote address, is the one that gave the keynote address and was speaking about what the North want and what the North is going to stand for. And the objective of their group is to have a united northern political leader and forging a strong relationship and working as a united group as much as possible within a political party. So from the look of things, the way they are planning, it might be that in 2027 is going to be between the fight now for the office of the president in Nigeria will be between two formidable candidates. Number one, the incumbent, the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Asiwaju, and the second person is probably the one that the whole North will support, maybe with some of their, of course, interest in the South, and then believing that they are not going to, have three major candidates like they had in 2023, such that they think by political calculations, the votes that ought to have gone to one candidate was splitted between two candidates, thereby giving a good opportunity for a President Tinubu to coastal home to victory with merely 8.9 million votes, when two other candidates, if peradventure they had met together in an Obi and Atiku ticket, they might have gathered about 13 million votes even to defeat the current incumbent. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed to see what the outcome of all these resolutions will be. Remember to subscribe to our channel, like, and please share.